Kenya, my motherland. In this country, there was born a power woman and a powerhouse. My name is Miss Mueni, and this is my YouTube channel. Welcome. Good morning, my lovely viewers. Thank you for the continued support that you have shown me as Miss Mueni TV. We really appreciate your views, your comments, and how you're liking and getting to socialize and just engaging us. We really appreciate your feedback. Right, today we have a lovely, amazing, energetic lady, and she's called Myra Oloo. She is a young person who has engaged the president of Rwanda, and she has met the who's and who's here and there. And she is a basketballer. She's the ambassador of Giant Africa.
My name is Myra, and my dream is to empower Africa.
Who is Myra?
Who is Myra? I think Myra is still defining herself as a young woman, but she's definitely someone who is looking to the future for Africa, and she's a voice for the youth today, especially the African youth. And she's someone who sees potential in every single person, no matter their background. So I think Myra is definitely a facilitator in society to let people express themselves and just be who they are.
So how is school and are you coping up like?
So I've just graduated, but I'm so thankful for my education experience.
Okay.
I love the fact that my educational experience was very broad, and what I go by is I'm so glad that I was educated on how to think and not what to think. A lot of educational systems in Africa today have told us that this is what we should do, this is what we should say, and this is what we should believe. But my educational experience, I'm so grateful because they've given me a voice, obviously within boundaries, but I've been able to express myself with the knowledge I've been given, and I think that's a new model that we should all adapt, is being educated on how to think and not what to think.
So how old are you, Myra? You speak like you're, oh my God, how old are you?
I just turned 18.
Yes. Oh my God, so are you a teenager or a youth?
I am a youth because I feel as though the label teenager has a lot of, negative connotations to it. But I'm definitely a youth, and that's what I'd go by.
So did you just land in Kenya yesterday, or are you from Kenya? Or tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, I grew up in the UK for 12 years, and I came back to Kenya 6 years ago.
Okay.
So I was part of the African diaspora, but I'd definitely identify with I'm Kenyan, I'm African, because I feel like this is where a lot of my development has come from, and I feel like I belong here a lot more.
So how did you get to learn about Giant Africa? Because you're ambassador of Giant Africa. And what is it exactly about?
So a year prior to me going for Giants of Africa, I sent them a letter just saying, hi, I'm very interested and I'd love to join. And I had zero response. But the following year, I joined a basketball camp in Kenya called Vikapu Elite, and they've been so helpful in my growth as a basketball player. So I went there, and 3 days into the camp, I was invited for the Giants of Africa camp, which took place in Tanzania. And as soon as I got into Giants of Africa, it's an organization that looks more than just basketball. It's about building yourself as a leader, building yourself as a player, just an all-round character. Okay. So that experience, we went there, they taught us how to obviously do a few drills, but also they gave us an opportunity to speak about our dreams and our goals and our passions, and it was such a very inspiring atmosphere. And Giants of Africa is honestly something I'd wish everybody could take part in.
Okay, so you just wrote them a message or you sent them an email?
I just wrote them a message through Instagram.
Oh my God, and they responded?
Nope, they didn't respond. But
so how did you go about it?
It was fate. I think the following year, like I said, I just joined Vikapu Elite, and they saw something in me and they said, we'd like to invite you to the Giants of Africa camp. So it's invite only.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're lucky, girl.
Very lucky.
Very lucky. So what impact has Giants of Africa had on you?
It's definitely helped me redefine who I am. I've always known that there was something in me that was unsettled when I was living in the UK. Okay. And when I came back here, there was also something that was telling me this is where I'm meant to be, this is my passion. But I think going to Giants of Africa and having all the coaches and all the players being motivated about being African and what Africa has and the potential, it made me realize actually this is where I am supposed to be, this is who I am. So I'd like to thank Giants of Africa for just redefining and, you know, making it solid about who I am and what I stand for.
So you're still in school?
I'm going to university in the fall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So what does the future hold for you? Who do you want to be career-wise? What are you going to do in the university?
University, I definitely want to have a look on economics, but also maybe merge it with philosophy to keep my, you know, my ideas broad. Okay. But definitely the future, I'm flexible with the journey. I'm not sure what tomorrow holds or the next week or the next month, but end goal, I do want to be in a very strong position in leadership that can actually see Africa prosper, and I can make decisions for Africa and for Africans to better our situation. Okay,
so can we say you're a leader?
I'd like that, yes.
You'd like that?
Yeah.
Because I've seen a couple of videos whereby you are in Kigali. Yes, and I think you're one of the best chosen students. Is it a player or students during that conference of the Goa Africa?
I think it would be just like a camper.
Ah, okay, okay. So amongst all those students, they only picked you?
Yes.
Why?
They could have picked anyone, obviously.
Yes, that's the reason why I'm asking. And I've always wanted to find out that.
Yeah.
Because why Myra?
I think definitely not because I have the ideas or anything, but because I have a way of voicing it. Okay. Because a lot of what I said and a lot of what I preached came from a lot of people I stayed in touch with during the Giants of Africa camp. We all had the same philosophy of we wanted to be better and do better, and I just took whatever and the energy that people gave me. I took it and I ran with it and I spoke about it, and I was just the voice. Okay. So I think that's why they chose me, to be a voice for everybody.
Wow, that's amazing. So then you are a leader because leaders are voices. Yes, you know. And I think keep shining, keep doing what you do best. The future is bright for you, honey.
Thank you.
So what are the specific success stories that you can share with us and someone outside there, youths like you, success stories that you've gone through?
Success stories. I think, like I said, Giants of Africa was probably my greatest success story. Yes. Because the point that I was in my life was very, I was quite lost. I didn't know who I wanted to be, where I wanted to go. Yeah. I was just following the crowd. Yes. But I decided to let go and let God. And when you allow God to redefine your purpose and your mission, you find something special and your purpose. So I tell everyone that you need to step out of your comfort zone to do anything. So, for example, Giants of Africa, when I first joined, the first day, I wanted to be the best player, as usual. I mean, it was a basketball camp. And that wasn't my strong point. But when they allowed us to talk about our dreams and our goals, I realized that was my strong point. So I stood up and I spoke about my dreams for this continent. And that is where I shone. So I'd give the advice of just do what you're best at and play to your strengths. Don't try and be someone you're not.
So why basketball? You know, I've been wondering, why basketball?
Basketball, honestly, I just fell into it. It wasn't like I saw this and I just fell into it. Okay. I really enjoyed the sport. And I think every coach I've had has had an impact on my life. That's why I just kept sticking with the sport. Yeah. So
would you empower or encourage young girls to get into basketball?
Definitely.
Because they say basketball is a game for the boys, you know? Tall boys.
Nope, it's definitely a game for the girls. And the girls that I met
so you are affirming that?
Affirming it.
Yes.
Honestly, it's a game for the girls, the strong girls, the powerful girls, the driven girls. It's not a game for someone who wants to be shy and quiet. Or even if you're shy and quiet, use this time to express yourself. A lot of people find themselves through sports because, you know, there's no boundaries to it. There's shouting, there's screaming, there's encouragement. It's a very lively game. So I'd encourage any girl to go for it.
Wow, amazing, so touching. So right now, Myra, currently, you know, we are facing COVID-19. And things are a bit tough for everyone. So for you, has it affected you? Did you have plans that COVID has put a stop to them? And how are you dealing with this situation?
Okay, so COVID-19 it took us out of school. We were in school, so we had to come back home. It also delayed the Giants of Africa Festival, which was to happen this August. But it's also allowed me to think, you know, it slowed down processes. I'm no longer going to school where, teachers are dictating what I should do, what I should read. There's no schedule. So it's allowed me to make my own schedule. So COVID-19 has slowed down my life, but it's also given me that time to think, redefine, and come back as a new person as we enter this new age and this new season. Yeah.
So are you missing school?
Am I missing school? I'm definitely missing the community. I loved the community. I loved the people. But the reading, I think it's now allowed me to be an individual and decide what I want to read and what I want to engage in.
Okay, interesting. So just to find out, we have Form 4 students, candidates. We have Class 8 candidates who are at home right now. And they're feeling so frustrated because they're not able to do their exams. Because, everyone has a plan. Eh? They're looking forward to finishing school and stop being monitored. That's what they feel like, yeah? So what's your word of advice to them?
My word of advice is, this is your time to take control. There's nobody else. There's no classroom where someone is telling you this is what you should read, this is what you should do. It's you and your life. And that's a blessing, because a lot of the time as youth, we're always told what to do. We're always told where to go and what to say. But now, because of this pandemic, we've been given the opportunity to sit back, make our own decisions, and don't be in a rush to go back to normal, to go back to what we had, because this pandemic didn't come for us to return to what we thought was normal. It came to change us, to motivate us, and to build us for our next season. So be different when it comes to going back.
So what inspires your confidence?
My confidence.
You're a very confident girl.
There's a quote that says, the people's champ must be everything the people can't be.
Yes.
So when the people are not strong...
Did you just say that again?
So when the people aren't strong, I have to step in. When the people don't have a voice, I have to be that voice. I'm all about the people, I'm all about the community, and someone has to do it. And obviously some days we all do get low, but it's the words of positive affirmation and reminding yourself of who you are, where you came from, but also why you do these things. Because if I'm ever to stop what I'm doing, there's a child who will never be motivated, or there is a student who could have become the president but has never been given the opportunity. So I have to keep doing what I'm doing so that other people can prosper in their own, their own aspects.
Yay! If I knew these things when I was, how old are you again?
18.
Okay. Interesting. So now that we have issues to do with teenage pregnancies, you're a girl, you're a young girl, morally upright, I can tell. A leader, people look up to you, your peers and all that. What are your thoughts about teenage pregnancies? So last year, around this time, I had a trip to Samburu. And in Samburu, we got to meet, obviously, the traditional women who were about to go through FGM. And we also met girls who were educated in the educational system. So we got to see different perspectives, and they were all my age mates. And in the school, surprisingly, there were a few girls who were pregnant, and they were still getting an education. When we spoke to them, we found out that a lot of them had done this just to get extra money, and they didn't know it would lead up to this. And what you find is a lot of them actually do have a lot more children at home, 2 or 3, and they're my age, 18, 17, which is crazy. But their peers, the ones who are educated, were saying that this is not the life that they want. This is not the life that they need to go through. They want to, get a job first. They want to, find a husband properly and then have children, in the course of their life. Whereas the ones who were more traditional said that this is normal. I mean, a 14-year-old is about to have a baby, and said, yeah, this is normal. And that's in Samburu?
Yes, in Samburu.
Okay.
So my perspective on teenage pregnancies would be, if it interrupts your life, it's not your course, it's not the right thing to do. And you could see the difference between the traditional and the educated. The educated knew that they had to do certain things first, and they were more focused and they were more driven women, whereas the traditional ones seemed almost brainwashed, that this was the right thing to do. Exactly, by culture. But obviously, I can't blame them, that's the way they were raised. But if I could and have an influence on their life, then I tell them that there's more to life than a family. Women are not restricted to having a family and catering for their family. There's a life that could be just you, could be just your career. And teenage pregnancies in this country, I know, are on the rise, which is very scary. But if women are educated, because you could see the educated women that I met were very focused and very driven, and education is the key to unlocking so many doors. So I think if we could get more education in terms of, you know, teens and women.
Yeah, civic education.
Especially civic education. And also just peer mentors. If we can talk to one another. I mean, I came from a completely different background to the girls in Samburu, but because we shared knowledge, because we spoke, we could see a change in the way they thought and the way they believed. So just conversation, civic education, even normal education to distract them, because when they're idle, these are the things they get into. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So would you want to venture into that direction?
Definitely. I'm very interested in anything to do with people my age. Even when I grow up, I'll definitely look at people my age right now.
Yeah.
But also women.
That's a good space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, the youth are the future. And we need to invest in us today for tomorrow.
Yes.
And it starts today. I think when we say future, the future is actually today. It's right now. We can't wait any longer. So definitely whatever path my life goes into, whether it be even in science or something crazy, it has to be linked to youth and the development of the youth for the future.
Wow, amazing. Very inspiring right now. So as Myra, what do you like doing during your free time? Yeah.
In my free time?
Apart from playing basketball, because I know that's what you like.
I'm a normal teenager, so obviously I do watch series.
Okay.
I do meet my friends.
So do you have a boyfriend?
Sorry?
Oh, sorry.
No, I don't. I actually don't.
Okay.
I'm a very independent woman, and that's how I'm going to keep it for some time.
Amazing. And regardless of basketball, what impact has LeBron James or other basketball leaders decided into your life?
I think I'd like to start with Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Following the Last Dance Netflix documentary, Michael Jordan has shown people what it means to actually be a basketball player, to have a mindset of a basketball player, to always be driven. Everyone in his team was driven. It's a lot about teamwork as well. That's the sport of basketball. But you could see that he also applied it outside of the court. Whenever things went wrong in his life, he still had the mentality of it's going to get better. We have to do better, always. I'd also like to talk about Kobe Bryant, who passed away. But what he left behind was Mamba mentality. And his mentality was so powerful that inspired so many youth, and especially women. He really invested in women. So it was to just be who you are, be strong, never give up. There's no point of giving up. You've come this far. Even if you haven't started, you need to do something. And he was so motivational. So basketball players, I think, in general, are more than just players. And I don't know if it's because of the sport or because of who they are as individuals. They've all left something behind, and they've all given us a spirit of just do it, go get it. Yeah.
Amazing. Right now, given a chance to get into entertainment activities, content creators and all that, in terms of basketball, coming up with teams and all that, because I saw you wanted to start a foundation. In one of your one of the clips I've gone through, trying to get you. What will you do? Would you prefer having basketball for entertainment or having basketball for life?
Definitely, I would. I definitely use basketball as one of the aspects. But as you know, basketball is very niche. So a lot of people don't play basketball. People look at football. So maybe a sports foundation in general. Because I feel like sports, no matter what sport you play, you're very focused, you're very driven, and you're very disciplined. So I definitely start a sports foundation to just get people on board. And what I like the most is that it's not, you don't have to be a player. You could be the ones who take the videos. You could be the ones who design the uniform. You could be the ones who, you know, do the different aspects of the different coaches. So sports is so versatile. It's not just about being strong or being powerful. You can do anything with sports. So I definitely start a foundation to get anybody and everybody involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So what are your future plans?
Future plans.
Apart from the foundation, because you already told us. Yeah.
So yeah, I like to look long term. So very, very long term, I like to see myself traveling Africa. I need to know more. I need to broaden my knowledge about different countries, different people. I'd also like to meet more leaders, past leaders, because I believe there's a gap between generations. And I'm trying to learn from them, and I want them to also listen to what we have to say, because that's the only way we can improve this continent. Because if we just jump into a world that we don't know, it's not going to go well for either generations.
Okay.
So I want to talk to more leaders. I want to get to know what they did and where they failed, and where as youth we can take over in the right aspect. So, you know, conversations with leaders, meeting leaders, learning.
So which
from
leader
them.
would you want to meet in Kenya? Who inspires you?
Kenya?
Yeah.
Wow, there's so many.
Yeah, just give me 2 or 3.
Okay, I'm really thinking.
So that we can get them and have this conversation.
I definitely want to talk to the TV presenter Yvonne Okwara.
Yvonne Okwara.
Yeah.
Yvonne, we are calling you.
I love Yvonne's take. She's so straight to the point. She's so focused, and she's very, very inspiring. Another Kenyan leader. It's quite hard to think on the spot.
You're not seeing me?
No,
because you're honest together.
Of course.
Anyway, I'm talking. What about Ambassador Amina?
Oh yes,
I love Amina, her. Sorry, yeah.
Yes,
you love her because I'm thinking because of sports, you know that.
Yes, yes, I've definitely seen.
She also has a very interesting story from her childhood, growing up. Yes,
exactly, and I love the fact that these are women.
Yes,
so it's going to be a great discussion. So definitely, I'm open to that.
So we can do Amina, a panelist. We'll task that to the producer and the director of the show.
Great.
So they make sure they get us Yvonne, Amina, and who else? First person. Your mom.
Of course, my mom is. Oh, she'll steal the show.
Okay. Any day, anytime.
Any day.
Yeah. So can I say that your mom inspires you a lot?
My mom is.
Because I see your friendship with your mom is on another level. This is a bit personal, but I would want you to encourage girls who are at home.
Yeah.
Who feel like, you know, when you're at this age, they feel like when mama says no, they're being hated. When mama. So what would your advice be?
My advice is your mother knows best.
Yes.
And the advice I'm going to give goes 2 ways, to mothers and daughters.
Yes.
Mothers, please talk to us as though we can be friends. You know, a lot of the time it's like, do this, do that, and there's no why. And if you just sat down with us the way I do with my mom, and we talk about things on a personal level, and we just understand each other, and we talk it out, that's how trust is developed and respect is developed, and that benefits both parties. But daughters, be open to listening. A lot of the time we think, oh, our moms doesn't understand, it's a different type of season. When she was younger, it wasn't like this.
You know?
But let me tell you, the pain is the same.
Yes.
The pain you'll feel is the same, but just listen on both ends. Please listen and please respect each other, because though your situations are different, the feelings are both valid and similar.
Wow, amazing. And to the boy child, let's not forget the boy child.
To the boy child, even, I know boys love their moms. Like my brother loves my mom. Oh, I think their relationship is closer than mine. But anyways, but to the boy child, I think, love your mom. Speak to your mom.
Make her your friend.
Yeah.
Especially during this time that you are all at home.
Exactly. Protect your mom. The way, I can just imagine just the boy child loving his mom, protecting, but also your dad's as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that father-son relationship is very, very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good insight right there. Thank you very much, my darling.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you. Looking forward. You know, the future is bright for you.
Thank you.
That's all I can see. That's all I can say. There's power in what we say. The future is bright for you. Go conquer the world. I know very soon you'll be flying outside the country. I'm praying for you and wishing you all the best in wherever you do. And when you go there, tell them to watch Miss Mueni.
Of course.
Thank you so much, honey.
Thank you.
It was nice having you. So your last words to the youths, just advise them.
To the youth, I'd like to tell you guys to go get the future, go and do it. Start today and don't let anyone stop you.
So let's keep pressing, let's keep pushing. Wishing you all the best. Have a lovely, lovely weekend ahead. And see you next Friday. Like, comment. If you want to get Myra's more information, I think she will share with us. And I'll put the tags alongside there. Yeah. Thank you very much, Myra. God bless you. See you then, my viewers. Yeah.